Hello everybody and welcome back to Battletech Roguetech. I'm of course game operator and narrator Souls. Should I be studying? Probably. Should I be doing some university work? Probably. Should I be eating a very nice delicious bowl of hot chili right now? Well, yes, I should be, but instead we shall do a quick mission. Yeah, we got priorities here standing straight. We have a couple options on the table. We do have a Batchall here, which is going to restrict our total number, or sorry, Batchall Blackout. This is going to restrict our total tonnage we can bring to the field. I think it's going to restrict us down to 4 mechs, if I remember correctly. It is a half Red Skull. But man, that is 6 out of 27 salvage. And this is what we've come here for. We've come for salvage. I think this would probably be a very wonderful mission to go ahead and run. And just see exactly what we get. This is a Gay Street Conus Combine, so, you know, take that as well. 521 for 1.2, it's $500,000. Roughly around, just under 500,000, maybe $400,000. 5 out of 21. I think that's actually not a bad pick. We still get some decent cash out of the deal. I think we run with it. Now the question is, what do we want to field? What do we want to bring? We have 400 tons max. Let's go ahead and clear everybody out. We know we want to bring Ymir. We know we want to bring the Salamander. 170 tons. We know we want to bring, well, we'd love to bring our 90 tonners, but they're kind of in the repair shop at the moment. And we got big plans for those guys as soon as they get out. So, let's look at, oh, we got to bring our Timby. We got to bring our Summoner. 38315. So do we bring our Headshotter? Do we field the Warhawk? Well, that's 400 tons. Out of 400 tons. I think I'll have to run with that one. Sadly, we're still a little bit under tonnage, but I think we will be just fine. Who do we want to bring? Let's bring Templar so we can run the DNI unit. Bring her in. And we shall bring Kraken. Get him some more experience so we can level him up and get some sweet, sweet headshots. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is probably going to be our drop for today. Let's hit it. And see everybody planetside.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
I can say I'm not a fan about how Henriette Botch has seemed to have followed us all the way up to clan space, but here we are.
Command interface initiated.
Ooh, we got allies. And looks like we got vehicle allies. 3 ground, 1 air. You know, as things go, it's not too bad. We got a Demolisher, Gauss Rifle, a Vega APC Fusion MRM 30s, UMNT Ultra 10, and some streaks. How about a Vector? What do we got in you? A couple bombs, pulse lasers, and small lasers. Not bad, not bad. Now we got no contacts so far, so we will push ahead with all general disregard for our own safety and safety of others. We will turn the DNI on, however. We would enjoy having that night vision.
Roger that.
We're in. We'll get your EI turned on here next turn. The Warhawk. Now the Warhawk, I don't recall if he has night vision at all. It does not look like it. Minor oversight. We'll have to probably fix something like that next time we get into the shop. It is probably about the 40th time I've said that, so we'll try and remember this time, shall we? Hey, we're probably 1 or 2 turns out. EI on for the Ymir.
10-4.
Moving to position.
No night vision on Templar. DNI should come with it. Mind you, it's the same thing with Summoner. There should be night vision here. Why don't you give it another read?
On it.
Come on, allies. Push forward. There we go. Yeah, right. A little out in the open more than I'd like to be, but we'll take it in stride.
Aye, aye.
I don't think that'll be enough to trigger it. Might have to be next turn. That is correct. Next turn, we shall see what kind of surprises lie in wait here for us. Alright, we're gonna move Ren into the city here. Move Ren first. Still getting 6. Kraken, do you actually get within the city limits? You do. Shoot, it looks like we got us a walk. Oh, wow. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting... It should be a very interesting map, because if we got to walk all the way down there, that means one lance. And if that means one lance, that means one very, very heavily armed lance for a half red skull. It also means one very, very boring stroll in the dock for everybody else here. So, I will make a cut, and I will return when the action commences. Hello all, it's Future Souls here. Haha. Just wanted to sit down and say thank you very much for your support and have a little chat while things go on in the background, because it turns out that little circle I made around the Ymir right before we got the trigger here was me attempting to turn on my microphone by using my hotkeys, and somebody clicked it twice, so that's awesome. It's not a perfect world unless I get to go ahead and get my hands in it and screw things up. So, the fight will commence. The poor unfortunate souls, you know, they're just here to pick up a dog. They have no idea what's going on. We're just going to jump them. Take all their nice shiny stuff. There's a katana, which we had a quick little look at. Not bad, 95 tonner. Wonder if it's a melee mech. And then we have our king crab, twin AC-20. A little bit of a threat. And then we have our Victor, you know, Victor's a Victor, and a Banshee. So we're kind of debating about, oh, what are we going to do here? It'd be kind of nice to have, you know, maybe some of these if we could. And of course, we're still trying to debate whether or not the katana is actually a melee mech. Unfortunately, I have not actually even looked at this time. But I don't even have an answer to that one just yet. I believe it is. I believe it is a melee focused. Yeah. That's just us checking our sensors and trying to figure out exactly how we're going to line up. How we want to engage everybody. Our allies did follow us all the way around the map, so that was pretty good. But for the most bit, we're going to kind of sit back, relax, and just let the action play out. This is actually probably a very clean engagement. Direct launched assault from one side. Catching them as they're coming down the valley, and we got all 4 of our allied vehicles here, plus we have turrets. So the fight goes about as well as you expect it to, with one little caveat where we do wind up, oh, you know, I'll talk about when we get there. Everyone's pushing up, focusing the buildings, of course, which is all right. We have 4 to protect. We only really need 1 to survive.
Waiting for orders.
And getting everybody lined up, having looks now. Don't really feel comfortable bringing the summoner right out in the middle in front of everybody. We're actually going to probably stick more to the one side. Taking our shots anyways, just in case. Not very good. But if we line her up on the side, there's a good chance we could go ahead and get blow by. If we miss the katana, we could still smoke the crab in the back. So. We'll try our luck. It's 54%. Obviously, that means that's guaranteed hits, correct? I would think so. At 54%, at least one of the 2 shots land, right? Haha, no. Think again. Oh, well, that is how it is some days. Building continues to take a punishment.
How can I help?
We'll continue to allow it. Right around here we are starting to struggle trying to find spots where we can line everybody up. And we start doing a wonderful little thing where we start stacking on top of each other, which if everyone who's ever played Roguetech knows, this is probably one thing you really don't want to be doing if you can avoid it. Start stacking, start getting into instances where that 85% shot to that 90% shot still has a 10% shot to hitting your allies, so you really gotta keep an eye out for your friendly fire. But of course, the beauty thing about missiles is that there's a very, very low chance of that happening. And God forbid we smoke our AMS unit right at the back. I'm pretty sure Ren knows how to defend herself. Katana down.
Tango's trash.
Quick, clean, and easy. Crabs moved up. AMS knocks out the majority of those missiles.
Receiving you.
And now we start wondering if we get lucky enough to maybe get a headshot by one of them. Start looking for a good spot to stand the Warhawk on. Banshee's about the only one that's really showing up. Not too big of a deal.
On it.
Yeah, we'll take it. One hit. That's decent.
I'm here.
And of course, we got good old Bubbles here. Start picking on somebody our own size. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, let's go for the crab. Those twin AC-20s are a little bit of a danger in the field, and we can knock one of those out early. I'm not going to say no. Plus, that's a lot of armor to grind through, so we better get started.
Affirmative.
And now our turrets are online. We were lamenting about the issue about a potential backstrike here from our royal lady we were supposed to be keeping an eye on. I was very thankful the turrets decided to help out, and there's an injury resist on the crab. More fire out by our allies. Again, picking on our same guy we were going for was just great. The AI worked wonderfully in this fight.
Standing by.
We're still thinking about maybe taking out the crab. Out of everything out there, she might potentially be our biggest threat.
Heading out.
Kind of lamenting, thinking. Do we want the crab parts? Do we want Victor parts? What do we want? And then we said, screw it. Gotta go for the crab.
Locking on target.
Which actually worked out pretty good.
Scored a critical hit.
Not much of a crab left after that attack. Those ammo detonations are horrendous. And of course the bombs are out, which is even better, because that's exactly what I would have done. Probably wouldn't have focused on the crab, but a cluster of mechs like that certainly would have fielded as many bombs as possible.
Commander?
Speaking of terrible hit chances, we got an 82% hit chance on that one. We could grease the crab right now, so we're probably thinking about it. Oh yeah, why not? Hey, where'd that first shot go?
That shot got past my armor.
Guys, where'd that first shot go? Oh no.
Move order received.
Oh no. Yep. Exactly where you thought it went. Let's have us a look, yeah. Right in the important shoulder, with all the cool stuff in the salamander. Ah, gotta love that one. Watch your six and watch your angles, boys and girls. Then we're thinking we could probably finish off the crab with the Warhawk. And we're gonna do our higher chance weapons, not the lower chance ones, just in case.
Attacking from position.
But of course, if you want to finish off somebody, you better be able to hit them. So,
No luck.
classic XCOM fashion. RNGesus spits in our eye once more. And away we go.
Talk to me.
Well, looks like it's up to Templar to finish off the crab. Not ideal, he's not much of a threat, but we still don't want those LRM-15s going in and finishing somebody else off. We can dangle ourselves, we can take a couple hits. Banshee is kind of frightening. The Victor is probably about the most dangerous mech on the table at the moment with its current loadout, but we figure, hey, we'll just take the kill we can get and then worry about it later. And there's a stack pole.
Battle mech down.
It's always worrying when you start seeing stack poles on the super heavies. They are, of course, not primitive, but they are the lower tier. But always a worry. Greatest nightmare untold. Now we're debating this one because there's a 71% hit chance on the Banshee. And we're going, well, you know, do we want Banshee parts? Do we want to try and save it? Do we want to deal with the Victor? And we're like, ah, screw it. We'll go for the higher hit chance.
Moving out.
Of course, Banshee's up. He goes directly for one of the turrets instead of the buildings, which is great. Allows us to keep our perfect record going so far. And actually allows the turrets to go ahead and crack his armor open.
Let's hit him hard. Commander.
Now we got one other mech we got to worry about. Banshee's probably not going to be much of a problem anymore, but now the Victor is. Now we're debating. Well, you know, they're both turned 17. Which one do we want to take care of first? Banshee, she's got all of her weapon systems, but she's hot. So maybe not too big of a worry on that one. How about the Victor? Well, the Victor's got a fair bit of armor left. Oh, wait. No, not quite. She has been damaged already. Maybe we'll get lucky in our cluster. And by God, did we ever. Right to the shoulder.
Let's go.
Second stack pole of the match, right there.
Tango down.
That's even more worrying. That's 2 stack poles. And that Banshee is hot, hot, hot. Not only that, but a couple extra hits from our flying friend. Puts him right on the ground. And that'll be that. Nice, quick, clean kill. And we start debating about whether or not what we're going to do. Like, can we try and sweep the leg? Is there a chance that we can go ahead and do headshots? Or we're going to start skipping turns, wait for Warhawk to come up. See if we can get him to do an offensive push for a headshot.
Ready for orders.
He still doesn't have the
Roger.
DRP for it, which is kind of unfortunate. So we're kind of stuck going, well, we'll roll the hard 6, see what happens. Nobody's in the way. We'll deploy all weapon systems, just let her buck.
Let's hit him hard.
Unfortunately, we did not get lucky on that one. So, away we go.
Successful.
Right to the loot table. Now, the loot table itself, I'm not going to get too far into. It is, well, it's about four salt mechs worth of parts, is what I'm going to say on that. Again, we're looking for specific parts. Yeah, we're lamenting over the back shot here on the Salamander. It's about the only damage we took that mission. And down through the list we go. And realization kicks in that, man, there really wasn't a whole lot of good stuff there. Now, we do make the realization we can indeed build a Banshee, which is not a bad build. So we're guarantee that pick. And then we're going to spend a little bit of time running back and forth here on trying to figure out what else is going to be good. We're talking a little bit now about the loadout systems, which ones would be better. We got some setups. We got the La Marecha. If I can say that properly, I probably can't. that's all right. And then, of course, 3 other base models to choose from. Well, 4 now, but... no, I guess 3, because that 3SR is also... We already have one of those in stock. So it's, yeah, it's kind of a choice. We're debating about whether or not we can build the La Maricha or not. We probably can't. Turns out we really can't. There's not enough parts for the named unit. If we had 2 or 3 of those, we'd probably be fine. But, as it is... We just get a regular Banshee. So it's one of those things we'll debate about. Maybe a little bit longer, but not too much longer. It's about time we start filling out the loot table. And this is where we start going back through it, looking for any sort of money picks, anything really good. Not really. There's not even engines, nothing in there we can grab for cash. We're kind of sitting there going, okay, well, we'll just start grabbing some weapon systems. You know, which one's better, which one's worse. This is where I go through and do a quick little count and realize we're probably going to get the whole table anyways. Minus 2 or 3 pieces, so it doesn't really matter what we grab. Could be everything. One last look. Yeah. Could be pretty close, so let's just hit the button and see what happens. And yet, sure enough, we got 3 parts left behind. 2 PPCs, an armored cowl, and basic sensors. No big worry on that one. So again, we talk a little bit more of the Katana. We're enjoying the +1 all pilot stats at 40, which is not bad. But again, nothing really saying this is whether or not this is a melee mech or not. We're kind of thinking it is. I still haven't looked. I'm enjoying my bowl of chili right now, so it is what it is. Priorities, I guess. And we start debating again, like we always do, what exactly the repair bill is going to be. We kind of sit there and go, well, you know, we should be absolutely fine. We didn't take any damage. Oh, right, except for that one friendly fire incident. Whoops, that was entirely my bad. Nearly ripped the torso off a salamander, so that's always good. A couple crits, and that would have been the end of that machine for sure. But we're still in it, so no big worries. Almost like I planned it, I swear. Hey, look at that. 27,000 in 2 days. Easy money. We can go ahead and make sure Salamander's at the very top. And then just kind of hit play. And let those 2 days run out. And now we're back to go back and do it again. So here's where we start making debate. Start making those deals with ourselves. We know we got schoolwork to do. We know we got dinner to have. We know we got a bunch of other things we got to take care of today. But we're still sitting there going, well, you know, it hasn't been that long. I know it's only been about maybe, I guess the recorder was sitting around 45 minutes before we had to trim everything back out. But we're sitting there going, well, you know, it's maybe not that bad. By the time I edit it out, it should be fine. Maybe we got some time for some more missions. You know, we'll see how that one goes. Maybe go ahead and see if we can find some fights against some clans. And ultimately comes down to, we sit there and look down all the way to the very bottom. We find ourselves a duel. And we go, still don't have the parts. Big shame. We don't even have those LRMs that we're looking for too for pirates, but again, we haven't fought any pirates, so we'll see if those even pop up at all. And then it kind of comes down to, well, you know what? Seems how we're going to be probably cutting this a little bit short. Why don't we go ahead and do some rebuilds of some units that have been needing it for quite some time, seeing how we did pick up some pretty nice items in the last mission. So we sit there and go, oh yeah, let's swing by the Beck Bay here. And while we're here, go right onto the King Crab. Yeah. Remember how pretty the King is? Yeah, she's a pretty mech. But she could be better than what she is now. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to strip this whole thing right on down. We are chatting a little bit about how we're going to be doing it, like what the layout's going to be, what we're thinking about keeping. We're going to keep the command console in. We're going to swap out the night vision and the UAV compartment. We're going to get Mark 1 optics set into the mech, and we're also going to get our UAV compartment swapped out with an exchanger double plus, so that way it balances out the heat. But for now, we're just going to strip all the parts out. All the weapon systems, anyways. And then we're going to go ahead and grab us twin Hyper Assault 30s. Yes, I know we grabbed Hyper Assault 40, and we got 2 of those in stock. We got 2 Hyper Assault 30s in stock. The downside with the Hyper Assault 40s is that she's 3 extra tons apiece. So it really comes down to, is there a chance we can field any other weapon systems at the same time to make it viable to maybe up our damage a little bit more? And what we do, instead of sticking directly with Hyper Assault 40s, we grab 2 Hyper Assault 30s and then slip in some LRM 15Cs. 2 of those, actually. So we do... yeah, somewhat a little bit less, I guess you could say, damage in grand total of things. Because you got 150 per arm instead of 200 per arm, so that's 100 damage less. It gets open for debate on whether or not we can actually do it. Then you're going to have to figure out, too, well, you know, if you're going to be using cluster weapons, obviously the better clusters you have, the better off you're going to be. It kind of makes a little bit more sense, I guess, to rock Hyper Assault 30s and twin LRM 15s just for that cluster chance. Different, more weapon platforms increases the clusters that you throw out, versus instead of having just 2 weapon systems clustering, now you're gonna have 4 weapon systems clustering. So kind of increases your chance to cluster on one location. I don't know, the math works out in my head, trust me. I'm not insane, you're insane. Ah, I'm a refrigerator. Ah, no, it's all right. So of course we drop down our core. 4 and 6 is a good movement spot, but not really ideal for what we're trying to feed into the weight. So we get our 3 bins of Hyper Assault. Hyper Assault? Yeah, we're doing good. This cheese and the chili is kind of screwing my ability to speak, so we'll see how much longer we can do this. But we'll get 3 bins of Hyper Assault, and that should technically be our Alpha Plus. If memory serves, if my math is correct. And again, let's get in those Hyper Assault bins. Perfect, it's exactly what we were looking for. And then of course we got to field our LRMs. Just keeping out for LRM clans. Lamenting over the fact we don't have any LRM clan double bins yet, which would be sweet. Because one of those bins would have been enough to cover our alpha at minimum, instead of having to field 3 just to meet and then exceed. But we'll worry about that later. Make sure everything's good, and then we'll swap out the shoulder items. Like I said, Mark 1 optics and change a double plus. It gives us a cooling delta of -10, which is great. And we're talking a little bit about ranges on this one now. Mark 1, not the best, but by God, she falls well into the optimal ranges of everything we'll be fielding. 420 for the LRMs and 480, I believe it was, for the Hyper Assault. Grab some spare gunnery. And I think the only thing we had for B was piloting, so we might as well throw that in there as well. And are we going to remember? We're going to remember. Hey, we're going to remember. There's our double plus. There we go. We are cool as a cucumber again. Perfect. Again, we're talking a little bit about the lower damage, but the higher cluster rate, you know, higher chance to get more damage on the one location with the weapon systems with the spread of 4 instead of 2 weapon systems. And we're talking a little bit about the pinpoint damage versus cluster damage. Pinpoint damage of the twin Gausses that were there before. Whether or not we bring them back, we'll see. Might be open for debate. Maybe if we do that, we might field another LRM 15 unit in there, just to go ahead and give us the full range of damage potential with the missiles. Maybe even Artemis units, we'll see. But now we're going ahead and we're looking into this issue we had with our night vision not kicking in, and we're like, oh, well, where's our night vision sets? Obviously nothing in the cockpit, nothing in the shoulder. Wait a second, it's a advanced targeting computer. Where's our optics? Oh yeah, it's right in the leg. What the heck is going on here? We should have night vision. Should. And of course we swing on back to the Timberwolf, as we did have that issue as well. It was kind of kicking in, kicking out. Check our DNI. And this is where I realized I screwed up the DNI versus EI. DNI does not have the built-in night vision. EI does. But of course we have our optics in the shoulder, so it doesn't really matter. We still have our night vision covered. And kind of sit there and debate a little bit about this one. Wondering if we're going absolutely insane. We might be. And that's just the way these things go sometimes. So. We'll see about that one. We check our summoner too, because the summoner was not triggering like it should have. And yeah, summoner is the exact same. It's got himself a setup there for night vision right there. You can see it right in the description. Night vision enables daytime visual detection. Yep. Should be working. No excuses. None. None whatsoever. We're just calling shenanigans on this one and gonna back a little bit out of it. So now we're gonna have a look at our assaults. Let's see what we got for the Banshee. As we figured, the La Marinche, if I'm even saying that right, can't be built, so we can only build just the one unit. It's not exactly the best unit out there either. It's only got 4 energy hardpoint, 1 ballistic, 1 missile. We're kind of sitting in debate about this one for a hot second. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're not going to build it just yet. No point. This will be a money sink right off the bat, and if we can't field what we want to field into it, there's no point in it. We don't even know if Banshee's going to be a good fit for the Lance. Obviously, we want to get our mechs back up to 85, 90, 95, around there. Or start fielding some more 100-tonners if we can. But at this point, it's one of those things where we really want to try and salvage what we can of the battlefield as a whole to try and get those engines. If not, then it's going to be about 5, 6, God forbid, any higher than that for C-bills for XL clans, or God forbid we get a double XL, we got to slide in somewhere. So, right about now, we're making our final debate whether or not we should try and push it, go for another mission. And we're like, nah, no, we got studying to do, we got schoolwork to do, and we got chili to eat, which, by the way, very delicious. Yeah, you throw a little maple syrup in there and some sweet chili sauce, sweeten everything right up. It is absolutely wonderful. What a meal. All right, about now, we're actually doing our outro, and we actually managed to get it right. So if you like that video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to subscribe. Oh, no! If you want to subscribe to the channel, by all means, please don't forget to subscribe. And drop a comment on down below. Can't be perfect twice. In the meantime, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.